Okay, here's an easy one. Hopefully most of you have heard of this. But whether you're catching a ball or throwing it, in most cases you want to move towards the ball. It's the same in basketball, it's the same in lacrosse. The reason we do that is because this gives less chance to the opposition of either blocking the shot, blocking the pass, or intercepting a pass. You know, if you're moving towards the ball, or when you're passing or catching, there's less likelihood that you'll lose the ball. So some people say, run till you throw, run till you catch. And I think that's a good way to talk about it. People that have good Lax IQ, they know these things. So we have a situation where we have an attackman dodging from X. He's coming around the cage on the left side, and you are the crease person, or you're the wingman. What should you do? A lot of crease people, they move towards the attackman looking for the pass. Not a good move, particularly if you're low, just above the GLE. Why? Because what you're doing is you're bringing your defenseman with you, and you're setting that attackman up for losing the ball. The same goes if you're a wingman. If you don't move through while that attackman is coming around the cage, your defenseman will have an opportunity to take care of that individual. So what is it that you should do? Okay, if you're very high above GLE, it's quite all right to move to the same side and look for a pass or pop up. But if you're just above the crease, what you should do is move the opposite direction, because that'll bring not only your defenseman with you, but believe it or not, you're more likely to get open in that case. Why? Because the defenseman's going to be ball watching. Okay? So just a tip on how to play the crease. This is one of my pet peeves, and I have to admit I have not been very successful in convincing attackmen or even midfielders in doing this, because the urge to do otherwise, I guess, is so strong. But if you can listen to this and you can implement it, you'll be a better player. What am I talking about? I'm talking about riding. When you're a midfielder or an attackman riding, don't rush up to the goalie. Don't rush up to a midi. Don't rush up to a defenseman, full speed ahead. Why? I mean, even my grandmother could split a dodge and leave you behind me. Once you let that defenseman, that goalie, or that midi get by you in that way, the clear is over. It's going to happen. Because now instead of just being one man down, they're even, and they're going to take care of it. So what you should do, what we call gather yourself. Don't go running towards the person. Gather yourself as if you were going to play defense against a midi, let's say, who's running a bulldog. You don't lurch at that person. You run with him. Your job when you're riding is not to get the ball. Your job is to make whoever has the ball pass it. And the reason for that is simple. The more they pass, the more the opportunity is for them to lose the ball. So be a good rider. Gather yourself. Don't lurch towards the person. Another thing, on slow breaks, or even bringing the ball up the field after the goalie has made a save, or the ball's passed off to the defenseman on a clear. And this is easy to understand. The ball travels faster than you can on your feet. as fast as you may be. So if you want to get the ball upfield, look upfield and to throw it to somebody. Because 1-2 passes, and before you know it, an attackman or midi has the ball. He's in an unsettled situation and has an opportunity to score. Whereas if you just walk the ball up or even run as fast as you can, unless you're on a fast break, because then you want to draw a defender, pass the ball upfield. Always look upfield. Keep your head up. Another axiom of lacrosse, which is part of the Lax IQ, is to let the game come to you. Now, what does that mean? That means if you're an attackman, don't say to yourself, okay, next time I get the ball, I'm going to do this dodge and that dodge, or I'm going to look for Joe on the other side of the field. That's no way to play. You've got to keep your head up, and people with good Lax IQ, they let the game come to them so that if Joe is open, they're smart enough and they're keeping their head up. They see that Joe is open and they'll make a pass. The game has come to them. If they get a step on their defenseman because they just did a dodge, they know that perhaps they should go to the goal. And they should also look for the crease man, for a pass. So let the game come to you. Don't decide what you're going to do before you even get the ball or before you see how the play unfolds in front of you. Last but not least, and this is pretty important, always know where the ball is. How many times have I seen a long stick running out towards the box, or a midi running upfield? They're back to the ball. They don't have a clue that their team just lost the ball. So be aware of where the ball is, because somebody may want to pass to you. Or you may want to go back and help in a scrum to pick the ball off the ground. So, let me get back now to the beginning. Understand the rules. My dog wants to get into this video, so I hope you don't mind. Understand the rules. Always listen to your coach, because your coach has a better Lax IQ than you do, and that's the truth. So when you're in practice and the coach is telling you, here's what we do in this situation, Joe, don't do it that way, do it this way. These are all things that happen with Lax IQ. And the last thing is, watch as many lacrosse games as you can, because when you do, you will see situations that are either good or bad, and you'll learn what you should do in that situation. So thanks a lot, guys. Improve your Lax IQ, and you'll never get it to 100%, but try to do that. Have a good practice. Take care.